Hello, my name is Trevor Furness and I work for Octopus BI. Today I'm going to take a few minutes to talk to you about our brand new application for the Canvas learning management system. It's called Tentacle. But before I do that, I just want to spend a brief second letting you know that Octopus BI is an Australian business. We look after about 100 schools with their analytics and business intelligence requirements and data strategy. We leverage the data that they're collecting in their learning management systems, student information systems, instructional design tools, NAPLAN, PAT, ICAS, etc., into real actionable insights that we can take to the people that need them the most. But today we're talking about Tentacle. Tentacle is a specifically Canvas-oriented tool that brings together all of the rich data sets across Canvas in a student's journey with the school to provide instant insights to the teachers right inside the interface. There's 3 views that we'll be showing today, and I'll jump straight into it. Let me begin in the Canvas dashboard. So you can see in the URL section of my page here, you can see that's an instructure.com address. We place the LTI with you. It takes about 5 minutes to set up, and we place that under the account for the teacher. So I'm logged in as a teacher right now, and the first view that I'm going to see is a view which describes all of the students in a particular course out of a list of courses that I teach. So on the left-hand side, you can see that maths is highlighted, and maths is what we're seeing in the main screen. And I can easily jump between other courses that I teach. So let's jump down and have a quick look at geology. And that's going to serve up my class-based view for geology. So let's run through what we've got. On the top right-hand side, we've got an aggregated risk indicator that shows the percentage of students that are at different risk categories inside of the course. Across the top, we have aggregated performance and engagement scores, which essentially combine the overall performance and engagement scores of the class beneath. We also can see late submissions and missing submissions there from Canvas. So in the list of students directly beneath, I'll just scroll down. You can see all of the students that are students of that course, and for each student I get a summary of their overall performance and engagement score and a summary of their submissions. It is color-coded based on their risk level, and we'll show you at the end how you can customize those colors, but those conditional colors change as students move through different risk categories. So let's pick on one. Let's pick on the first student in the list. Ivana, the first thing I would want to do if I was looking at her performance in my class is to be able to take a look at that performance and engagement, and perhaps then look at what's happening with Ivana across other courses that she's participating in Canvas. So I'll hit the view button on the right. That's going to take me to Ivana's student profile view. This is a summary of everything Ivana is doing inside of Canvas. So she just happens to be signed up to 3 courses as a student, and you can see those courses summarized there. On the left-hand side, we see a distribution of her grades across all of the courses that she is connected with, and a summary of the task submissions that are on time, missing, or late. Up the top, we see that overall kind of Z-score style view, an aggregated view of her performance, her engagement, missing submissions. So you can see in the main window that Ivana is studying maths, geology, and computer science, and we can scroll across here to view her performance in those courses as well as her engagement against the cohort. So you can see in computer science on the bottom that her engagement score is 77 against a cohort engagement score of 72, and she's had 4 submissions that were on time. So that's the second view. If we wanted to move into the third view, that's the individual student inside of an individual course view. So a deeper dive, if you like, of this subject. And we can see in this subject that she's got an overall performance score of 73 and an engagement score of 77. And now in the main screen, we can see all of the assignments that have been submitted through Canvas for this course. And if there's multiple pages, you can see how that's replicated there. We can go one step deeper. So here we're looking at individual tasks and how her performance in those tasks aggregate up to an overall performance score for the course. There is one deeper step that we can provide, which is we can go in and view the details of an individual task or feedback if it's available. So you can see there, Ivana's picking to understand basic concepts of computer science, etc. That's pulling the comment from the teacher feedback inside the assignment of Canvas. So as you can see, in summary, a very deep view of data from across Canvas around risk, performance, and engagement. One last thing I'll share with you is that schools will often ask us, how do you come up with the calculations around performance and engagement? And what impact can a school, what choices could a school make about those calculation types? So rather than saying it's just a hidden algorithm, we have actually built a settings section where a school admin can set up the methods of calculation for some of these scores. So I'll run through that really quickly with you. You can see that in the top, in the marking scheme, we can choose to include all assignments, all quizzes, all outcomes, or any variation of those three. When we're calculating engagement and risk, we can use the different scoring types there, and if you're not sure what they are, you can hover over and find out how the calculation method that we've used for each. We can switch those on and off, and we can also play around with the relative weightings for that, as well as risk score, which is a combination of performance and engagement. So we want to give schools the power to understand how the risk and engagement is calculated, and make sure that it's possible to tweak that to consider the context of the individual school that the tool is going into. Last two things, and it's really a quick one. We want the color scheme of the application to match the school's model for either Creston colors or the way that they manage other marketing policies for the school. And indeed, when it comes to things like conditional colors, so when a student hits a certain performance score, color coding, often this is traditionally represented as green, amber, and red, the traffic lights, but a lot of schools are moving away from that, so we want to allow flexibility around how that data is represented. So just a final point from me, you can see this is delivered very seamlessly inside of the Canvas interface. It just becomes a regular part of the teacher's everyday work, and that's brought to you by Octopus BI. Octopus BI, Australian business, looking after 100 schools, helping them with their data strategy. And if you'd like to find out more, please get in contact.